Hey, how's it going? Today's going to be really interesting because you and I are going to be doing a product review for the Cuisinart FastFreeze ice cream maker. This is Cuisinart's answer to the Ninja Creami, but is it a new innovative product or is it just a bunch of spoiled milk? Watch this video and find out. So you ready? Let's get into this. Just a quick note, my reviews are based upon the things that I think are important. That might be a little bit different for you, so what I recommend doing is after watching my video, you watch a couple of other videos made by different content creators. That way you get a wider range of likes and dislikes and testing criteria. That in turn should help you make a more informed buying decision, and that is the most important thing of all. This is the Cuisinart FastFreeze ice cream maker. It comes with the main stick with the motor in it, a secondary piece that has the spring-loaded paddles on it, and you also get 3 of these little half-pint containers to make your ice cream. Yes, I said half pint. This one I already have frozen to do our slushy test later in the video, but I need it right now because I have to show you how this thing goes together, and I can't put it together unless I got one of these out here. So the way this machine goes together is you got your little arrow right there. That lines up with this secondary piece right here in the unlock section, just like that, and then you twist it on and then it's locked in. Once that's locked in like that, then the top piece can slide on right over the top like that. When this is all set up like this and ready to blast off evidently from the Amazon headquarters, this is about 16 inches tall and it's a round thing, so the width and the depth are the same, which is about 4.5 inches. I did a noise check during the unboxing, but we're going to be doing another noise check when we're processing this stuff because it's probably going to be louder. The way this works is you select what you want to make between the soft serve ice cream, scoop ice cream, mix-ins, slushies, or milkshakes via this dial right here, and basically all this does is control the actual speed of the paddle blades. Then when you're ready, you just hold this button in and it'll run the motor, and it's your responsibility to push this thing down and to let it back up. You'd want to do that very slowly, so it'll probably take you a few times to get this thing working just the way you want it to, but remember, slower is better. The power cord on this is nice and long. Actually, it's almost 4 feet long, so that's really good, but it really does need to be for something like this because you don't want that to be binding on you. Now the max power on this is only 250 watts, which is much lower than something like a Ninja Creami, and this is in fact something that's designed to compete directly against the Ninja Creami. Same type of paddle design, same type of up and down motion, except with the Ninja Creami that's all automatic, and with this they're relying on you to do that part. But because you're doing that, the machine's going to be a lot smaller and it's going to be a lot more quiet too because that motor's a lot less powerful. Is it too underpowered though? We're going to find that out in a few minutes. When we're processing, we're also going to be doing that sound check too to see if this thing is in fact more quiet than a Ninja Creami is. But as far as that's concerned, it better be because the Ninja Creami is probably the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, you can see that this green light is on right here. If I hold this button down, it'll turn the motor on. See, you can hear it spinning around. Not really loud at all. And if I'm picking different stuff, you can see that it is different speeds. See? Then if I get the slushy one, it's probably even faster. You can tell that even without doing the sound check that is not loud at all. Anyway, you hold this button down, and then you slowly start pushing this thing down until you get to the bottom. When the light turns red, it means it's at the very bottom and you have to start coming back up again. This is something where it's a controlled effort and you need to take about 2 minutes going down and about 2 minutes coming up. That way you can make sure the blades have plenty of time to mix up your stuff down there. Like I said before, this machine does have a little bit of a learning curve to it because you gotta kind of learn how fast or slow you need to go to get the best results. Now, just like the Ninja Creami, you have to prepare your containers the exact same way, which is you mix all your ingredients ahead of time, you fill up these containers with the maximum fill line, and then you chuck them into the freezer for at least 24 hours. And in my experience, you usually need a little bit more time depending on how humid your climate is. Then when you're ready to make your ice cream, you take this out, let it sit down there for about 10 minutes, Then you put all this stuff together and then you can process your ice cream. The glaring thing about this particular machine is the fact that these containers, like I said before, are half pint.
What?
So that is not very much. In fact, this is set up to be a slushy. This is the only reason I can take this one out, and I don't care about it melting a little bit because we're going to be over processing this anyway. But you can see that's not very much. I've got a little bit of an issue with that because am I willing to wait longer than a day to make a slushy? Not really. Especially for the fact that that's going to be about a third of the amount of slushy that I actually want. So am I going to make 3 of these things or something? I don't know about that. But I am kind of a disgusting pig, so, you know, maybe it's just me. The machine does come with 3 of these guys, and they each have their own plastic lid. They're different colors, so in case you can't tell the difference between what's in here, you get different colored tops for whatever reason. But they do look cool. Cleaning these things is pretty easy for the most part. I mean, really, you can just take some warm water, put it down into one of those plastic containers that I just showed you, and you can just process this, and you'll clean up most of the stuff down here and the plastic containers. Also, since you can manipulate the shaft yourself, you can push this down and you can get that cleaned a little bit better. But if you're pulling anything up inside this machine, I don't see a rubber seal, and in fact there isn't one because you can see all that space in between there. You could disassemble this whole thing with the spring and everything to clean it, and you just have to take off this C-clamp, but that's a lot of shit to deal with. I don't think I would want to do that. Cleaning this part up here shouldn't really be an issue because you shouldn't be getting anything up in the top. All the splatter is going to happen on this side, not up here. Anyway, like I mentioned before, don't try to put this thing together like this without having that plastic container on the bottom, because this is designed not to go on unless it's down there and locked in. Okay, what do you say we test this thing out and see if it works? We're going to go ahead and make that slushy, just because that one's been sitting out a little bit. In fact, you probably want these things to sit out for a few minutes before you try to process them, and you usually get a little bit better result. With the Ninja Creamies, a lot of people complain about getting crumbly ice cream and stuff like that. That's usually one of 2 things. If it's over frozen, it'll do that a little bit, which is why you let it sit out. And some of it's caused by the ingredients that you use to make your frozen mix. We're going to set this 16-ounce glass aside for our slushy. We're going to set this to the slushy setting, which it's already set to, and we're going to go ahead and process. Since this one's going to run the highest speed, we're also going to do the sound check on this as well. Alright, so the way we get this to work is we hold this button. That's going to start the motor, and then we're going to slowly push down on this thing. Just enough pressure to keep this thing going. And if we look at our sound meter, that's really not bad at all. 67 decibels. Okay, see when we get to the bottom, that red light comes on. That means it's time to start going back up the other way. And that's going to stay red until we get all the way back up to the top. Remember, I'm controlling the speed on this thing. Once it's green again, it's time to go back down again. We're going to run 2 passes on this because we are trying to slush this thing up. Okay, let's see how slushy this is really quick. Not very slushy. In fact, it's kind of more like sorbet here, which still looks pretty good. But to make it slush, we're probably going to want to put a little bit of extra liquid in here just to get it rolling. That's what you do with the creamy anyway. So we're going to do that. And yes, this is a Kool-Aid slushy. Not too much though. Okay, let's see how that works. Give her 2 more passes. All right. And you can see if we look down in there, it's totally clean. There's nothing getting through, so that's good. And again, it's still not a slushy. It's just not fast enough to really liquefy this. What do you think? More Kool-Aid? Let's try it. What do we got to lose? In this case, I'm going to probably have to take some of this off the top because I'm probably overfilling this now, but that's okay because I love Kool-Aid. Okay, let's try this again. It's been a lot of passes on this. Well, it's kind of a slushy now, but again, it's still not really a drinkable slushy per se. It's still a little bit too thick, and the outsides are still pretty frozen. How about some more Kool-Aid? We're gonna get this right. That's a whole lot now. Now remember, we have repeatedly overfilled this thing and eaten little bits of this. And how many times have we run this thing up and down? What was it, like 6 or 8 times now? It's a lot for a half a pint of slushy. What do you think? 2 more? Let's do it. Okay, let's get all this cleaned up. Making a damn mess. Okay. Well, that's looking more slushy now. In fact, that's kind of the texture we were looking for, I think. So let's put this in the cup. Voila! Half a cup of slushy. And it's looks pretty good actually, but a lot of effort. That's just about right now though. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and we'll move on to the next test after I drink this. Okay, our next test will be regular vanilla ice cream. This is full sugar, full fat ice cream. So this is the wheelhouse for this thing. We're not using substitute sweeteners or anything. Just heavy cream, milk, sugar, and a little bit of vanilla extract. So we're gonna let this sit out for about 5 minutes or so to soften up. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's check this ice cream out. So all we want to do is switch this over to the scoop ice cream setting. That looks kind of like soft serve. We don't want to be there. We want that one. And I think we're going to do 2 passes on this to see how this turns out. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Okay, let's see if we had better luck with this. Whoa, well that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's good ice cream. It's nice and scoopable. See, you can see that. In fact, if you really want to see exactly how big these containers are, there's a regular ice cream scoop. And that takes up almost the entire length of this thing. So probably if you're eating this, you're going to be eating it out of the container just like this. Let's see what happens if we want to add in a mix-in. Going to add in some chocolate chips. And we're going to reassemble all this stuff. Now we're going to switch this over to mix-in right there. And we're just gonna do 1 pass. All right. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's mixed in pretty evenly there too. You can see that this is starting to get more soft servy. Really, we probably didn't need to run the 2 passes on the ice cream in the first place. But when you add those mix-ins, it is processing this a little bit further. It's good though. There's some chocolate chips in every bite. Okay, we can move on to our next test, and I'll eat this. Okay, for our last test, I'm gonna be making some 0 sugar protein ice cream. And this is made with cookies and cream whey protein, monk fruit sweetener, and Kroger Carb Master ultra filtered milk. Again, we're gonna let this sit out for about 10 minutes to defrost. Okay, let's try this out. Now, just to address the elephant in the room, Cuisinart does say not to do 0 sugar type stuff in this. But I'm going to do it anyway because number 1, most people are probably going to want to have some kind of sugar substitute type ice cream anyway. And number 2, if you get a Ninja Creamy, you can do that. Remember, we do have milk in here, so it's going to kind of help a little bit, and it does have some sugar in it. But anyway, we'll put this on the scooped ice cream setting again, and we'll run 2 passes on this to see what happens. This is considerably harder to do this with the 0 sugar stuff. Oh. Looks like it got jammed there for a second, but I was kind of pushing it pretty hard, so. Okay. Ooh, that's warm. Let's see how that looks. Hey, not too bad. In fact, this is a lot firmer after 2 passes. I'm going to use the ice cream scoop. I did see a couple other reviewers that did this, and they had all kinds of trouble with the protein ice cream, but I don't see why. Yeah, see that? That's pretty good. Nice and creamy too. I'm going way over my calorie budget today, that's for sure. You know what? Let me know down in the comments if the capacity of this thing is a serious issue for you. For doing slushies and milkshakes and stuff, I'd say maybe not so much. But on the ice cream front, not bad if you don't mind small amounts like this. Well, on the positive side, the Cuisinart FastFreeze does work. I did manage to make some pretty decent ice cream, even though I wasn't super optimistic about it based on the amount of power the thing has. But it got through it, did a pretty good job for the most part, is a lot more quiet than something like a Ninja Creamy, and is compact enough to be able to throw into a drawer. The downside though is that, at least in my opinion, the capacity is unacceptable. 24 hours to freeze your mix just to get a half a pint of ice cream really is pretty sketchy. That capacity might be enough if you live alone and you don't want to eat a whole bunch at one time, but for other functions like the slushies and the milkshakes, it's just not enough and not worth the trouble. I just don't understand why they couldn't make the machine with a full pint capacity like the original Ninja Creamy, because all they would have had to do was make the container a little bit taller and the shaft a little bit longer. But they didn't, and unfortunately that's pretty disappointing. However, there still could be a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for this thing, because if you live alone and you live in an apartment, having something like a Ninja Creamy is going to be way too loud and it's going to bug your neighbors. A device like this, since it's so much more compact and quiet, could be just the ticket for you. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Cuisinart FastFreeze ice cream maker, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay 1 cent. Hey, Joe's Phenomenal now has channel memberships. For most people, you can see a join button down below the video window that you can click and see what type of perks I'm offering. If you're using an iOS device, you might not be able to see it, and if that's the case, I do have a link down in the description of the video as well. If you like this video, you might like this video right here where I did a full product review for the Ninja Creamy Deluxe Ice Cream Maker. That machine was inspired by the restaurant versions called the Paco Jet, and the FastFreeze was inspired by it. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.